Hey Dana, what you doing? Happy Labor Day. I'm so excited. It is Monday, it's Labor Day, and we've got the day off. So excited. I have something that I want to show you today. I have had so much trouble loading all of my journal videos on YouTube as of late. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this one done quick, out of the way, post it, and be able to hopefully teach you something that maybe you know, maybe you don't know. I told you a little bit about the gesso in my magazine journal here that I've been working on, and I've gotten to the point now where I've been filling the pages, but there are still some like this that I want to kind of waterproof and, you know, kind of firm them up, even though they are glued together, the pages are glued together, they're just not quite as firm as I want them to be before I start placing words on them. But you can see I've been going to town in this journal, and I'm pretty excited about this today. So in a long ago land far away, I used to make my own homemade gesso, and I forgot the recipe because it was so long ago. So I had to go to Google, and I found the recipe that I'm hoping today will be quick, easy, and we can try it in our journal today. So first though, before I get there, if you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you so much for visiting me today. My name is Becky. I am not a professional. I'm probably the most unprofessional professional that you would know on YouTube, but I'm excited to show you a few of the things that I've learned along the way and through my journey with my junk journal. So let's get started. So we're going to make a gesso recipe, and ingredients, I've got my ingredients and supplies. They're pretty simple. I've got an old container here that I'm going to use today. I've got a couple of measuring utensils. So I have a 1/4 cup and a tablespoon, and I'll show you why in a second. Tried and true baby wipes for easy cleanup, fast messes. I've got some paper towels here ready to be, they are at the ready, I think. Oh boy, I didn't open this one up, so let's just do it on screen, shall we? We want to make it at the ready for any easy happy accidents that we may have today. So we're going to get that ready to go. We'll just go ahead and tear one off. Keep it handy. Okay, next supplies. Baby powder, glue, cheap old glue. Right now it's back to school time. They've got glue on sale, and any old white paint that you may have. This paint is probably upwards of 10 years old. I don't know how old it is, but we're gonna find out today. And make sure you shake it really good. In a couple of the videos that I have made for YouTube that I hope will upload someday, I've made some mistakes by not shaking up my paint because the oil and the paint separate as, oh, we can hear that one. As the paint gets old, the oil separates from it. Let's check this one out, shall we? Let's look at it. We'll do it together. Oh, it's old and crusty, but it still looks pourable and workable, so we're going to use it. Yay for me! All right, so let's get started. First off, the first part of the recipe is baby powder. Let me get our supplies. This is going to be a wonderful, exciting, fun adventure because I don't know how easy this is actually going to pour. May have baby powder all over me, the desk, and you by the time this is over with. Not too bad. Mine is lavender because I want my gesso to smell relaxing as I work in my journal. So we're just gonna fill her up, as they say. Woo. Okay, I'm getting close. So as I get close, I'm gonna shake it down a little. Give it a little tap tap. It's gonna need some more. Gentle as she goes, Becky. Gentle. This is what I tell Muzzy when he comes to visit me. Or anybody. Gentle. Gentle taps. Almost there. I know it's hard for you to see up above, but I can see that it still needs a little extra. So we're just gonna go with it. Woo! She smells good. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay. And as per usual, we have a nice little mess going on. And to take care of that is a little wet cloth. Wipe her away. Mess be gone. Okay. Next step, pour that into your container. Forgot to tell you to get a stir stick as well, but I have one off camera. It is actually just a cheap old palette knife from Walmart. Didn't cost hardly anything. Okay, the next step in the process is glue. It calls for 1 tablespoon, so 1/4 cup of baby powder. Might help if I had the lid open. Lid open, film off. Let's give it a try again. Oh, it almost didn't want to work for me this time. That's okay. We can be patient. We are patient people. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Yeah. Okay. Into the container it goes. And if I get a chance, I will try to link the actual video or the person that I learned this recipe from, because she learned it from another source as well. So this is recipes handed down through the generations of YouTube. Why don't we use this? Might be a great idea, Becky. Okay, now I have 1 set of old white paint. I think I want to use it first, if it will pour, so I'm gonna look at it first. Let's have some fun, shall we? We never know what's gonna pop out. Could be all oil. Could be nothing. Let's see. Come on, paint. You can do it. I believe in you. Do you not want to come out and make beautiful, beautiful gesso for me? Of course you do. Look at you. I knew you did. Okay, I wish this had a lip to hold. But you know what we can do? We'll go right here. Try to use a palette knife to help it. Let's just guide it. It just needs a little extra. Just needs a little extra help. We all do, don't we? It's okay. Okay, that looks about as gloopy as it's gonna get. I can actually see through the bottom. I know you can't on screen, but I can. So we're gonna switch it up. Go to the next one. This says it's winter white. Looks pretty good. give it a shot. I think it's gonna work, so we're gonna switch our hands. Ooh, it did. It did. It's a gloopy gloppy mess, but it works. But it's okay, because it'll thin out. Because we have the last ingredient that I forgot to tell you about, which is water. And so I have a water bottle off camera at the ready to be of use when I am in need of it. So we're gonna have to stir it, see what kind of consistency we come up with, because it says, according to the recipe that I saw online, you will add water. It's almost like a basic recipe, you know, salt to taste, you know, your water to preference. But you can see in the screen right now how gloop and gluey it is, and we don't want that obviously on our page. So we're going to get some water and we'll add a little bit at a time, just like you would do oil, salt. Just give it a stir, see what you come up with. It's starting to thin out now. Now, you know what? I'm starting to really like this a whole lot. The lady that I watched online, she was so satisfied and so happy. And guess what? I think it's making me the same way. But since my container is so tall, I may do a double recipe. You never know. I have all the ingredients at the ready. You can see it's still a little thick. Well, no, she is a little thinner. Okay, let's double the recipe, shall we? Let's just do it while we're here. Come on, Becky, be brave. Don't be afraid, be brave. Okay, anybody remember what came first? The chicken or the egg? Or in our case, the baby powder. So let's get our 1/4 cup going. See if we can get it done a little bit faster this time, since we know what we're doing now. Unedited, unscripted. Trying to be a professional gesso teacher. Which I am clearly not. But that's okay. We can fake it till we make it. And we can pour baby powder everywhere. Why? Because we have baby wipes to clean it up with. How convenient. Okay. Baby wipe. Clean up the mess. Clean up as you go. Happy house. Into the container. It still doesn't look like a whole lot, does it? Okay, help me remember. You'll remind me, won't you? We're going to triple the recipe quickly. We're not afraid. And even if we are, we can do things afraid, can't we? I know I can. Had to learn a lot through my journey. But when we're down and not out, it's not the time to be alone. It's the time to call on our army, isn't it? So, calling on you. Help me. Be brave. Glue, 2 tablespoons. Come on, glue, don't be shy. You're on camera. The whole world is watching, but that's okay. I'm with you. I support you. 1 tablespoon. Into the batter we go. 2 tablespoons. I just hope we have enough paint. I didn't even think about that. That's okay. We're gonna make it work. We are not afraid. Because what is gesso anyway? It's just basically a gritty surface, a gritty glue used to prepare your journal pages for paint or any kind of mixed media that you want to use. So it doesn't have to necessarily be paint. It could be watercolor. It could be ink sprays. I've used ink sprays on gessoed journal pages before. So there are all types of mediums that you can actually use on a gessoed surface that you may not have been able to, use in the same manner or get the same results. That was only 1, wasn't it? Was that 1 or 2? I don't know anymore. Oh, we'll just add some more. I don't know. I have a feeling that that was only 1 tablespoon, and I know that you're yelling at me through the camera and telling me the answer to my question. But you know how we're going to solve it? We're going to solve it the Bob Ross way. We're going to use happy accidents and make them work to our advantage. So we're going to thin down the paint a little bit. Just with regular water. Give it a proper shake. I can really hear it. It feels like there's still a lot in there. I have actually used up so much old paint that was already starting to congeal and gel, and all it took was a little bit of water. All right, 1 more tablespoon, ready or not. See, looky there. We got this. We don't have to be afraid. I feel like Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy. Or Home Alone. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Did you hear me? I said I'm not afraid. So, we get things out of the way here while we wait for our paint to come off. There we go. Get our trusty utensil. Give it a good stir. Good right stir. And this one, since it's double the recipe, it's double the baby powder, so I'm actually getting baby powder smoke. But you can see what's happening. Can you see what's happening on screen? See how gritty that is? That's from that baby powder. Sorry, I hit the camera. But through the magic of water, I think I may have just added a little bit too much. We'll be able to thin it down into a consistency that we want. Okay, come on. You can do it. You can do it. I don't want it gritty, so I have to give it a really, really firm talking to as I stir it, because I really want it to be as smooth as possible. So in order to do that, I'm going to give her a nice ripe stir, and then you can see what's happening. It's still a little bit thicker than I think I remember. But when I used to do this, I actually had a recipe that was so humongous that I had to do it in a clean laundry detergent container. And I would take a marble, I'd take a couple of marbles and put them in. And then every time I would go to use my gesso, I would shake that laundry detergent container really, really hard and get those marbles to really loosen up any powder that had settled. So anyway, but I think it's gonna look really good. So let's give it a shot, shall we? While we're here, might as well. Let's clear the area. Everybody, clear the area. Let me get our journal out. Do our very best to put things away as we go. Not make a mess if we don't have to. Try to get some things off camera. And then we'll be ready. So I have, let's see if I've got my paintbrush handy. I sure do. So this is my tried and true paintbrush. She's been with me for many a year, or dare I say maybe even a decade. Okay, so let's look and see which open pictures I have. I definitely know I want to cover this one up. This one I tried and just fell in hate with. I did not like it at all. And on top of it, it has holes in it. But I love the back side of that page, so I'm gonna wait on that. So we've got text here. Well, let's try this one, shall we? All right. So I think I've told you before, if you've watched any of my other videos, this is an old wine magazine. And I love it because the size of the pages are humongous. So it gives me lots of playroom to experiment with. So I got some old magazine pages that obviously you can see that I've used. Even though I love that. Okay. Squirrel! We're not gonna get blindsided by a squirrel, Becky. Stay on track. Okay. Let's get our stickers and put that in there. And then as I go along, I'll move those pages to the side so that I can not get gesso all over the undersides where I don't want it. Okay. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just protecting the underneath pages. And we're gonna stop for a slurp session because everybody needs their coffee. Thank you. That was so worth the wait. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and glop some gesso right on my page here because I know it's gonna take quite a bit. So I'm gonna leave fear behind. Go for it. So let's see. I don't even have a wet brush. I guess I don't need a wet brush, do I? So let's see the coverage. Let's see if this is working. I think this is actually working pretty good. And guess what? It smells like baby. I don't know if you know this, but I have 5 kids. Yep. I have 5. If you've never been on my channel before, I talk about my children at times. All wonderful humans. My favorite humans in the whole wide world. I have others, but my kids are top notch, man. Okay, it's doing okay for as thin as this page is, because this is only glued to one page. Probably if I had it glued to a second page, it would probably go on a lot smoother. But the fact that this is a junk journal, I honestly don't care. But look at how it's covering. And so what I'll do, once we get off of here, I'll go and get my trusty hairdryer and I will dry this page. And see, it's like a sweet little old lady who has beautiful, delicate skin, delicate wrinkles. It's okay, little lady. I'll take good care of you. She doesn't like to bend and stretch that much. Those wrinkles set in if I give her too much moisture, but that's okay. We're not gonna worry. We're gonna let it be, because this is a junk journal and it can be anything I want it to be. That is the beauty of having any type of outlet, is it can be anything that you want it to be. Okay, I am quite satisfied with this. I don't really see a need for you to watch the rest of it, unless you want to. And if you are, thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate the support. So I'm gonna go there. Let's just get our protection there. That way we can get all the way to the edge and not have to worry about ruining the backside. You know, sometimes you already have something done. You don't want it to bleed or leak. Another trick you can use also is wax paper. Wax paper is very, very good to protect your pages while you're painting. But this one is beautiful and wrinkly and lovely, as she should be. And so she's gonna be like a little old lady at the beauty shop. She's gonna go sit under the hairdryer for probably about 15 minutes. Her hair isn't as bad, I don't think. Doesn't need as much care. And I don't mean bad, I mean, you know what I mean? Doesn't require as much maintenance. Let's say it that way. Yeah, Becky. This one doesn't require as much maintenance. And I'm so sorry I said little ladies in wrinkles. Look at my hands, I have so many wrinkles. But we're all beautiful in our own way. We have to accept our aging. It's something that I have had to. I don't know about you, but that has been a struggle for me. I have a child who is 30 years old now. And it's really, really hard to believe. I feel like they were just little kids running around my house just yesterday. Being a young mama of 5, living on adrenaline and love. But it sure was a fun time, let me tell you. It was work, but it was worth it. Worth every bit of it. So I'm not doing this picture on purpose, because I kind of love it. Kind of in love with this picture. So I'm trying to avoid it. I have some actual, sorry, I'm reaching while I'm talking. Oh, and I dropped it. I will be right back. I'm so glad it didn't splatter all over the floor. But I have some actual clear gesso, if you can read that. Clear gesso that I bought a billion years ago, or it seems like it, that I am going to use to prepare over the top of that picture because I want to save it. or I may just leave it and put some pictures on top of, or some words on top of it. Because I'm really into wording right now. Something that is going through this season in life and this journey. Words mean something to me at the moment, so I feel like I have to honor that and allow them to come through. Okay, so like I said, this is all I'm gonna do for right now. I'm gonna stick my, can you smell it? Smell it? It smells so good. It smells like lavender baby powder. I'm gonna stick it in some water. Then I'm gonna take this to the beauty shop, give her a little zhuzh, and hopefully I'll be able to post this on YouTube, because like I said, I have had such trouble. I have several videos that I have filmed. Dana can attest to. She knows. But I've not been able to get them to upload. Probably because I'm old. See, it all circles around. Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you learned a little something today. If you like it, why don't you go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my friend Dana's channel. It's called the idle.homestead, IDLE.homestead. She's amazing. If Dana can do everything, and I love it. She's gonna have some amazing content. We've been talking about all the preparations that we're coming up in the next season, and yeah, really excited. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. Dana, I love you, girl. I'll be talking to you later, and for now, bye-bye.